Show, and we're here with the Sea Cadets at the Joint Reserve Base in Fort Worth, Texas. Again, hey, what's your name?
My name is Savannah Sharp.
Savannah, and where are you from?
I'm from Weatherford, Texas.
Weatherford? That's a beautiful place. It's a little bit dry over there, isn't it?
Very dry, sir.
Very dry, very dry. How long you been in Sea Cadets?
I've been in for about 3 years now, sir.
Really? Why? What rank have you achieved?
So I was a leaguer before, and I just went to RT like 6 days before I came here. So I'm only a seaman apprentice, sir.
Well, that's better than where I started. Hey, what do you like about the Sea Cadets?
I love all the fun trainings that they offer for us. I never thought that I'd be able to learn about the law in such an in-depth way, and as a 16-year-old. So.
Do you want to go to law school?
It's an option.
Well, let me tell you something. Most people who go to law school are going to clerk with some law firm or maybe clerk with some judge, and it may be 5, 6, 7 years before they ever see a courtroom. You know how long it'll be when you go with a JAG? Probably a few months. You're going to get more experience in the JAG than most people get in 4 or 5 years. You're going to be better prepared. And so let me tell you something. Going into the Judge Advocates Corps, smart move. So God bless you. I think that's great. Now, what else are you doing here?
Here, as in
The JRB, yes.
we're doing JAG training. Today, actually, we're doing a mock trial. So there was no script. We had to make up all of our questions and all this stuff from the training that all of the stuff that we've learned from the beginning of this training.
Well, Savannah, thank you for taking your time. And we're going to see to it that your parents are going to get a copy of this if you'd like. So tell my wife what their email address is, and thank you for being on board with me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, who's next? All right, this is Jim Blythe again with the Veterans Impact Show, and your name is?
Orland Ross.
Okay, say that again.
Orland Ross.
Orland Ross. Man, that's a neat name. Now, where are you from, Orland?
From Santa Rosa, California.
Oh, wow. That is one of the most beautiful places. That's wine country. I know. I've had 2 or 3 hangovers up there. That's a great, beautiful, beautiful place.
Yes, sir.
We are carried on the AUN TV network in Santa Rosa and other places in Northern California. So your parents may see this on TV here in the future. How would that be?
That'd be interesting, sir.
Hey, that'd be cool.
Yes,
now,
sir.
how long you been in Sea Cadets?
I've been Sea Cadets for about 1 year, sir.
Really? Okay. What rank are you now?
Seaman.
Seaman. Okay. What are you going to do in the Navy? What do you want to do in the Navy?
I want to fly, sir.
Oh, you do?
Yes, sir.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm a licensed pilot. I learned to fly. My pilots took me up and taught me to fly. I got my pilot's license thanks to a retired Navy commander. Let me tell you something. There's no more fun in the world than flying, especially if you get to do it upside down and backwards.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got to tell you, thank you. Now, what do you like the most about being here with the Sea Cadets this week or with JRB?
So I like hanging out with the sailors a lot and just learning their stories and just really learning what it's like to be in the Navy, sir.
It's a fabulous experience. Let me tell you, though, it's tremendously hard work. It's intense. But when you come away from it, you're going to be a much better man. So thank you very, very much for being on board with me.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Impact Show. And you are?
John Parker.
Hey, John, where are you from?
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, sir.
I mean, right here in beautiful Fort Worth? Are you one of those that sing Fort Worth, I Love You in Dallas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Been here, done that, and grew up in Dallas. But I know Fort Worth is one of the most beautiful cities. Now, what are you doing with the Sea Cadets? What are you learning?
Well, right now we're at airman training, and we are going down to several of the shops, all the different types of the spokes of the wheel, I guess you could say, of aviation, how it all comes together. And we've been to the engine shop. We've been working with hydraulics. We've been working with the T-line people. We've been working with everyone who kind of helps this whole show run.
I got to tell you, as a pilot myself, and a private pilot, and I own a plane, the more you know about how that plane works, the better off you're going to be. And my son and I partnered up, and let me tell you something. We have a ball. We have a Beechcraft Bonanza. We now have a twin-engine Comanche. So I got to tell you, flying is a passion that I have, but taking care of that aircraft, you're going to find out. You can get in the car, turn on the ignition, you go. You get an airplane, you better know it's going to go. So the more you can learn about what all of those guys do, and then when you get out to the fleet, depending on whatever you do, you're going to find you're part of a team. You do whatever needs to be done, whether that guy is an engine mechanic or that guy is hydraulics or the guy is AT or the guy is ordnance, whatever they need to do, you always say, hey, can I help? Yes, sir. Be a part of the team. Well, thank you again, man.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Veterans Impact Show. Tell me your name.
My name is Braden Clark.
Braden, where are you from?
I'm from San Angelo, Texas.
San Angelo. Man, I've landed down there a bunch of times. You know, you got to go across a lake to land at that airport.
Yes, sir, I do.
I got to tell you, that is also Windmill City out there. That's an amazing place. Fabulous people. I love San Angelo. I go down there all the time. Okay, let me ask you, what do you like about Sea Cadets?
What I like about C Cadets is that it's not like other programs. You know, the people are real down to earth here. There's not much like bickering, you know, there's not much argument or drama. It's like the people are involved and they want something out of the program.
You know what? The main thing you're going to learn is leadership and team play. You are part of a team. And what I came out of the Navy was understanding that. I came out of the Navy. I went to the University of Texas like Admiral Amos did. When I graduated, I was 27 years old. By age 30, I had earned my way to be president of a real estate development company with about $100 million worth of assets. So what you learn in the Navy, not about me, it's what it will do to help you to be successful in the future. So, hey, enjoy what you're doing here. Now, what rank are you? How long have you been in?
I'm currently in E2. I've been in here for about 3 to 4 months. I just finished my RT.
Okay, great. Now, do you want to go into the Navy and the fleet, or do you want to maybe look at the Marine Corps or something else?
I want to go through the Naval Academy, become a Marine, and pursue aviation.
I tell you what, no more fun in the world than that, especially when you go upside down and backwards. Oh, I said that, didn't I? All right. Thank you for being on board with me, and I hope you go all the way. Who's your congressman over there? Okay. I'll send August a letter and send him a copy of this so that you get a shot at going into the academy.
I've actually shaken his hand. Good. I actually got to meet him one day. Good. It was awesome.
I got to tell you, I know a whole bunch of them. And let me tell you, they're great no matter what side of the aisle they're on. Personally, they're very sharp people. Well, thank you for being on board. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right. And tell me your name, young man.
My name is Marquis Segovia.
Marquis Segovia. Man, I got to tell you, are you Spanish? Yes, sir. My mother was Irish, but she spoke tremendous Spanish and was a bilingual teacher. So I grew up with Spanish, but unfortunately, I'm not smart enough to be able to have a conversation with you. But I think it's important. We're glad you're here. What do you like about the Sea Cadets?
Overall, the experience and like all the leadership that I'm learning. There's like, you can't get this anywhere else. This is like one of a kind. It's very special.
I got to tell you, my brothers that I sailed with, whether they were Hispanic, they were African American, they were Oriental, we're all still close. And I can tell you, one of the best men that I ever met was named Eusebio Hasso, and he now lives out in Petaluma, California, I think. So now, where do you come from? Where's your home?
Emory, Texas.
Well, where is Emory?
It's about an hour and a half east of Dallas.
Okay. Oh, it's over in East Texas. You're in the Piney Woods. Yeah, a great place, man. Now, what's your rank? You're an E3?
Yes, seaman.
Okay. What do you want to do when you get in the fleet, when you get in the Navy?
I actually want to go to the Air Force Academy.
Okay.
And I want to fly F-35s.
You'll have a lot of fun. I got to fly, Admiral Amos was talking about the F-35 simulator, and I got to fly that in Norfolk, Virginia. And let me tell you something, I crashed. So you practice a couple of times before you make that carrier landing, okay? And here's the good news. If you crash, it just goes, yet. It doesn't really explode, and that's no fun. Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. This is Jim Blythe, and this is the Veterans Impact Show. And who am I speaking to?
Emma Rippo.
Emma, what a beautiful name. Now, where are you from?
I'm down in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh my gosh. What a beautiful, beautiful place. I just was in Orlando and I took Diane to Clearwater and then we went up to Pensacola. I love Florida. I got to tell you, you guys got the greatest food and the nicest people I've ever met. Now, how long have you been with Sea Cadets?
4 years, sir.
All right. What's your rank?
I am currently a Chief Petty Officer.
Oh, wow. So I call you Great Cheese, huh? I got to tell you, I served with some of the greatest chief petty officers, many of who had served as young men in World War II. And one of them was on, I believe it was the Yorktown that went down. And those guys had some stories. Now, what do you want to do in the Navy?
I want to fly F-18, sir.
I need to introduce you to my very close friend, Woody Beale. Woody is a 2-star admiral who just retired. He flies for American Airlines, and he was a highly decorated F-18 pilot. And he's got a hangar right across from 9 now, and he's got an aerobatic decathlon. So if you want to fly, I can introduce you to an admiral who is an F-18 pilot.
Yes, sir. I'm actually going to college to fly.
Okay, where are you going?
University of Nebraska, Omaha.
Oh, man, that's beautiful up there.
Yes, sir. I'm very excited. I leave about a week after the training.
Hey, my prayers are with you. And stay focused. Whatever you do, stay focused. And never, ever forget, don't quit flying the plane. Well, thank you so much for being on board.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. And you are?
Katrina Brand, sir.
Katrina? What a beautiful name. Yeah, I remember a hurricane. Are you as tough as that hurricane was?
I don't know. We'll find out, sir.
You'll find out. Okay, tell me, where are you from?
New York.
New York? Diane's granddaughter is in Brooklyn.
Really? I'm in Queens.
You're in Queens? Oh, man. I want to go to New York so bad. Every time I've been up there, I've been working. I want to see the zoos because we watch that TV program all the time. That is a beautiful area. And, and you get to enjoy Fleet Week at least once a year. Now, what do you want to do in the Navy?
I'm kind of going in between branches right now, but I'd like to be a medevac pilot.
Let me tell you something. That's one of the most exciting things you can ever imagine. I will see if I can get you a book from a friend of mine. Mark Liebman was a SAR rescue pilot in Vietnam, and he's written several fictional books. And I called him up and I said, Mark, these aren't fiction. He said, yeah, I had to change a couple of names so to keep it from being sued. My SAR rescue pilots, many of them flew off of the back of destroyers, and they only had a clearance of 5 or 6 feet for the rotor blades. My last tour, I was with a SAR rescue unit, and they said, oh, you're qualified to swim. You want to be a SAR rescue swimmer? And I was like, no, I don't think so, but I'll fly with you. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to fly some of the greatest things in the world. By then, maybe they'll be using the V-22 Osprey for those. And that's an amazing, amazing airplane. I'm so glad to see you, a lady who's wanting to fly the SAR Rescue. Let me tell you something. That is a very, very, very precise business because they got to be able to put those things down on a pitching deck at night. And let me tell you, if you can do that, heads up, you're going to be great. Well, thank you very much for being with me. I appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am. I'm great. This is Jim Blythe with the Veterans Impact Show, and you are Miss
Sophia Quincar.
Sophia. What a beautiful name. I can't think of a hurricane that is that strong like Sophia.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Ah, that's one of my favorite towns, the Riverwalk. Yeah, and go down there. We go down there all the time. Love it, except this time of year. It is hot and blazes in San Antonio. Now, what grade, where are you in school? High school, on the way to college?
I'm about to be a freshman in high school.
Oh, great.
Yes, sir.
What high school do you go to?
Davenport High School.
Okay, what do you want to do with the Sea Cadets? What do you want to do? You want to go into the Navy? You want to look at other branches?
I'm debating between being an anesthesiologist for the Navy or an EOD for the Marines.
Let me tell you something. I think an anesthesiologist puts people to sleep. The main thing they do is wake them up. And what you don't want to do as an EOD is wake up a bomb. No, you don't want to do that. I got to tell you, though, let me tell you, I have known a number of Navy doctors The training for medical for Navy doctors, and depends on where you get to do your internship, I'm got to tell you, it's second to none in the world. And so take a look at being Navy doctor and all they offer. And they've got full ride scholarships to take you through not only college, but med school. So take a look at it. The Navy needs great doctors. Well, all right. Well, thank you again for being on board.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay. Joe, and you are?
Zach Jones.
Hey, Zach, where are you from?
I'm from Decatur, Texas.
Decatur? Ader from Decatur? You probably don't even know what that means, do you?
I know a little bit, sir.
Oh, you do? Well, I got to tell you, how about going to Sweetie Pies for ribeyes? That is the best place in Decatur for a steak.
It's amazing, sir.
Now, tell me, what do you want to do with Sea Cadets? What are you getting out of this? What do you enjoy?
I plan to go into the Marine Corps, go to the Naval Academy first, and become a F-35 pilot.
I got to tell you, it's the greatest thing in the world. Now, her grandson is in the Marine Corps. He's in Iwakuni, Japan. But I'd rather you be in the Navy because you get to go everywhere, not get stuck on a base.
That is true, sir.
Yeah. Now, what do you learn? What do you think is the best thing about Sea Cadets?
What I think the best thing is all the things we get to experience that normal people don't. I mean, we get to travel around the country, do plenty of things. I've experienced so much. It's been absolutely amazing.
Well, you get a chance to go into the Navy and into the fleet. It'll be the greatest experience of your life. And as one chief said to me many years ago, you will never forget your service time. You never forget it. You'll have some bad times. You'll have some hard times. But you'll only remember the good times, and you'll never forget it. And what it does for you is it makes you a man or a woman. It makes you ready to be a leader in this nation. So thank you, and I hope you get to be an F-35 pilot, buddy.
Me too, sir.
All right. Have a great day. And you are?
Chris Rendon,
Hey, Chris, where are you from?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
I love Corpus Christi. I got family down there. I got to tell you, we go out to Port Aransas. I used to fly down there all the time in my plane. That is a neat town.
Yes, sir.
So what are you getting out of the Sea Cadets? What do you want to learn?
Leadership skills and what it's like, what the military life is like.
I got to tell you, it's not like anything else. But you've got a leg up by being part of the Sea Cadets because you're going to learn so much more and you're going to get disciplined. Sea Cadets started in 1963. I didn't know about it. I graduated from high school in 65. I wish I'd have been a Sea Cadet. One of the things that happened to me is because I didn't know about that. I didn't know about some of the other things like the reserves or college scholarships and various things that are available. So the military will pay your way through college. And let me tell you something, or pay your way through school. You'll learn so much. And leadership is maybe the biggest component because it will lead to everything else you do. And what are you doing specifically? What are you looking at specifically?
Something along the lines of welding or mechanics.
I got to tell you, man, there's so much special with keeping these aircraft in the air. But if you go into like ship fitting and some of the things there, you're going to learn a tremendous amount, and you're going to have the time of your life, and you're going to get to see places in the world, and you're going to get to use technology that any other kid your age will never get a chance to touch. So thank you. Thank you for being on board, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Glad to have you. You are?
Golson Carter.
Golson? Wilson, where are you from?
I am from Trophy Club, Texas, and it's my bad. I'm Colson Carter.
Oh, Colson. Okay, we got to get that right so we can get it to your family. And where did you say in Texas?
Trophy Club, Texas, sir.
Now, where is that?
DFW area, roughly.
Oh, great. Right up here. Well, that's tremendous. Well, you didn't have to go far to get here. You ever see these planes flying over? All the time, huh?
All the time.
Now, what do you want to do with your Sea Cadets? What are you getting out of it?
I'm getting mainly knowledge and experiences out of this, and I'm hoping to test out jobs in the Navy someday, so.
Let me tell you, there's so many tremendous opportunities. Technicians, electronics, ordnance, warfare, but also there's so much going on. When I was, I guess, a little bit older than you are, and I was in the Navy, I went aboard the USS Hancock, and we had one of the first computers in the Navy, and it was about the size of half of this room. My little cell phone right there has got more computing power, and you're going to know how to use it because you grew up with technology. So you're going to get a chance to do things I never dreamed of.
Sir. I'd like to be a CB someday.
You would?
Sir.
Well, I've known a lot of great CBs.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something. They end up being some of the best engineers in the world.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you for being on board. And when you go home, say, hey, I now know what keeps that thing in the air.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have a great day. You are?
Ishan Budden, sir.
Ishan, what a cool name, man. I like that. Now, where are you from, Ishan?
Santa Rosa, California.
Oh, you are also with your brother coming from Santa Rosa, California?
Yes, sir.
That is beautiful. That is the wine country, isn't it?
It truly is, sir.
Oh, without a doubt. I tell you what, I've hit a bunch of those wineries, but I had to stop when I got to the olive oil factory. I don't think I could sip olive oil after all that great wine.
Probably doesn't taste good.
No, it never tastes good. Great restaurants up there, too.
Yes, there is.
So, what are you doing and what are you getting out of Sea Cadets?
The Sea Cadets instilled honor, courage, commitment within me, and I hope to go to Annapolis and pursue naval aviation.
Oh, man, that's great. Well, you got the honor, courage, and commitment down. Let me tell you something. You need to learn also adapt, improvise, and keep on moving.
Yes, sir.
So you want to go into naval aviation. What do you want to fly?
F-18, sir.
F-18s, huh? What if they phase them out and all they've got is 35?
I hope not, sir.
Well, here's the nice thing about the F-18. It's going to be around for a while, and it's a tremendous airplane. So you guys from Santa Rosa, thank you for coming to Dallas-Fort Worth. Thank you for being part of that. I think it's great that you're here, and Santa Rosa is one of the most beautiful places in America. So you came to here to where it's hot. You can go back out there to where it's great, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's much better there.
Now, how long have you been in Sea Cadets?
I've been in the Sea Cadets for about a year and a half, sir.
Okay. And what's your rank?
I'm a seaman right now, sir.
Great. Okay. Well, you keep working at it because you'd make a great fighter jock. I got to tell you, my best fighter jock was a guy about your size. And let me tell you something. He could fly the pants off anybody in the Navy. So you keep after it, man.
Yes, sir. I will.
Right. Thank you, young man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. What's your name?
Tyler Pullum.
Tyler. Man, I tell you what, we got a great town in East Texas named Tyler. Let me tell you something. Some of the best roses I've ever seen. Now, where are you from, Tyler?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Oh, where it gets nice and hot, huh?
And humid, too.
Yeah, I know. I walked through downtown Houston in August. You don't want to do that. Mm-mm. Not fun.
It's very hot.
So what are you getting out of Sea Cadets?
I'm getting a lot of training opportunities and a lot of leadership experience out of Sea Cadets, and I'm meeting a lot of great people.
I got to tell you, one of the things you need to look into is that you're down in Houston, is down in Galveston, the University of Texas has a Merchant Marine Academy. And if you ever thought about going into the Merchant Marine or doing anything like that, you could take a look at doing the Merchant Marine Academy with the University of Texas right down in Galveston in your backyard. You didn't know that, did you?
No, sir.
All right. So that's one of the things I want all of you guys and gals to know. Learn not only these skills, learn what the sailors are doing, but ask questions. Where can I go to college? Who's got a JROTC program? Who's got this program? Who's got that program? I had no idea there was a Merchant Marine program at the University of Texas down in Galveston. And you could learn. Do you have any idea? You know what a harbor pilot is?
No, sir.
Okay, that's the guy who goes out on a tugboat or on a harbor pilot boat and guides the ships up the Houston Ship Channel.
Oh.
You know how much they make a year?
No, sir, I do not.
About $500,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you think you'd like to take a look at the Merchant Marine now?
Yes, sir.
You bet. Well, I got to tell you, any one of the military academies, any one of the military programs in college or continuing, if you come out of here and you don't want to go to college, go into reserves. You're going to get so much experience, it's unreal. So thank you very much. Have a safe trip back to Houston, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
My name is Elijah Fleischer.
Elijah? Wow, what a great biblical name.
Yes, sir.
My mother named me James for one of the disciples. I kind of went the wrong way when I was a kid, so now I'm trying to live up to it. So Elijah, tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Montgomery County, Maryland.
Maryland.
Yes, sir.
That is gorgeous country up there. Best known culinary wise for the soft shell crab, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, how long you been in Sea Cadets?
I've been in Sea Cadets for about 3 years, sir.
All right, what's your rank?
I'm a petty officer first class, sir.
First class.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what are you going to do when you graduate? How close are you from high school graduation?
I'm going to be a junior in the fall, and so after high school, I'm going to go to ROTC at a college, study aviation, and become a C2 pilot in the Navy, sir.
Oh, you an E2? C2. Oh, C2 cargo plane. That. Let me tell you. Then you don't get to land. Oh, wait a minute. The COD gets to go aboard the carriers too, doesn't it? Yes. I flew out to the Truman in 17 on a COD, and I was the only one that had ever been on a COD. And let me tell you, arrested landings, a lot of fun. But you get to face forward if you're the pilot. Everybody else gets to face the other way. I got to tell you, some of the greatest things were the guys who flew off and on the carriers. I tell people, because I do a lot of MC opportunities, and Air Force guys will say, oh, you Navy guys. And I said, wait a minute. When you can land on an aircraft carrier at night in a rainstorm, you tell me what flying is. Navy pilots are the best in the world and the best training.
Yes, sir.
All right. And so you want to fly the C2? Hey, man, my hat's off to you. You're going to love it. It's a lot of fun. So then maybe someday you can get with an airline on the East Coast like Delta and fly with the real big boys.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on board. Appreciate it. The Veterans Impact Show, and you are?
Yahido.
Yahido? Where are you from originally, your family?
They're from Vietnam, but we live in Grand Prairie, Texas.
Ah, Grand Prairie. I used to live down there. It's a great town. It is hot, but it's hot all over. This is Texas. Okay, but it ain't nothing like Vietnam, let me tell you. It's really hot.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Vietnam?
Once when I was 3.
I got to tell you, I have a very good friend here in Dallas, DT Wynn, and DT does missionary work with families and with people in the Mekong Delta, and he's invited me to go probably this fall to the Mekong Delta, and I'm going to go with him. I want to meet some people like your family and the people from Vietnam. I think that would be fantastic. So what are you doing with Sea Cadets, and what do you want to do?
So I'm just basically in it for the experience, trying to I have an eye-opening experience, and trying to get as much as I can from it before I go off to college.
Now, where do you want to go to college?
Probably UTA, and then after college, go into Coast Guard as a search and rescue.
Oh, that'd be flying as a pilot, or you want to be a SAR rescue swimmer?
Rescue swimmer.
Let me tell you, you're going to have to be real good. Coast Guard swimmers are great. I had some of the greatest swimmers on my squadron, my detachment, and one of them found out later on he got the Medal of Honor for what he did. So my hat's off to you. You save lives, buddy. And I got to tell you, learn to swim real long distances.
Yes, sir.
All right. And by the way, are you afraid of heights?
No, sir.
Good, because you're going to get to jump out of a helicopter.
Nice.
And by the way, my guys used to carry BAR machine guns in the back of the helicopter because they saw hammerhead sharks. Don't worry, they won't bite you.
Great.
Just sushi. Just sushi. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Veterans Impact Show. And what is your name, young man?
I'm Silas Wenzel.
Silas. Okay, Silas, stand by. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Silas. Happy birthday to you.
You're a really good singer.
Not really. They used to run me off. But Silas, how long you been in Sea Cadets?
Maybe 3 months now.
Okay. So what do you want to get out of Sea Cadets, Silas?
Really just the experience. I'm kind of biased towards the Navy because my dad's been in for 24 years.
What does he do?
He's a CTTC.
Wow. And what do you want to do with the Navy?
CTT.
Okay. Well, this is a good place to start because I got to tell you, you're going to get one of the best opportunities to learn and earn and burn. And then you want to go on. And if you go through A schools or the fleet or you go to college, let me tell you, there's no place like the Navy for education. Seriously, the Navy has the best education training of all of the services.
Yes, sir. I completely agree with that. We have the best ground troops, like SEALs, special operations. We have the best pilots. We have the best everything.
I know. And let me tell you, we have the best aircraft carriers because ain't nobody else got them like we do. I got to tell you, hey, thank you for being on board. Stay with it. Learn and earn and burn. You're going to do great, man. And tell your dad I said hi. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Veterans Impact Show, and you are?
Joseph Leblanc.
Joseph, great, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Hudson Oaks, Texas.
Where?
Hudson Oaks.
Hudson Oaks, yeah. Neat town. Now, what are you doing with Sea Cadets? What do you like about this?
I really appreciate all the leadership experiences and all these trainings that we're allowed to go to and how much we can learn about the military and how much we can experience.
Let me tell you, this is a great place to start. I wish I'd had it. I would have done a whole lot of different things. And you might be addressing me as retired Admiral Blythe. Actually, I don't think they would have ever let me be more than a commander. Can you imagine another Captain Bly in the Navy? That wasn't going to work. So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go with this after you get out of high school, college? Where do you want to go?
I'm hoping to either go to the Coast Guard Academy or to the Merchant Marine Academy, and I'm hoping to graduate and become a helicopter pilot for the Coast Guard or potentially fly cargo aircraft for the Coast Guard.
Let me tell you something. I interviewed a lady who was from the Merchant Marine Academy. That's only a 3-year program instead of a 4-year program. So you can get your education in 3 years, all paid for by the Merchant Marine. You can go into the Navy. You can go to any of the services. And let me tell you something. They fly great helicopters too. So that opens a door a lot of people don't know about the Merchant Marine Academy. And if you want to, take a look and find out from a recruiter about the University of Texas Merchant Marine Academy down in Galveston. Or it may be Texas A&M, but I think it's UT. I got to tell you, it's a great program. Now, let me tell you something else. Within the Merchant Marine, you have an opportunity to learn about logistics, to do what Admiral Amos did. That's basically, where do you get all the supplies? Where do they go? How do you get them to the troops? Those guys are in high demand when they get out of the military. So there's a great opportunity for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, you burn. Go for it. Thank you. All right.
Okay, you were. he's I know he's read the book. This book right here is a Blue Jackets manual, but here's the difference. It's a hard copy, okay, and it's also signed by the Master Chief of the Navy.
Oh my goodness!
So back a few years ago, and would you like to read that? What it says right there?
Honor, courage, and commitment in all you do.
And then that's the page that
Page 494.
For that. That's where the Sailor's Creed is. And
Absolutely.
So forth. And I just wanted to present this with you. I know you've probably read this hundreds of times, but have you ever had a hard copy?
Never had a hard copy, but let me tell you, you're about to bring a tear to my eye. When I was about 5 years old, my grandfather, who was career Navy, went into the Navy in 1920 as a machinist mate stoking coal. By the outbreak of World War II, he was a lieutenant commander and commanding ships. He was at some of the worst battles in the Pacific. He was at Iwo Jima and Okinawa in the Battle of the Coral Sea. He was part of the battle group that went in for the surrender in Tokyo Bay. He escorted the first troops of Marines into the city of Tokyo as a lieutenant commander without a college education. He retired after 32 years, and I was very close to him. When I was 5 or 6 years old, he had a machine shop, and I was watching him do some things and tying some knots, like on the back of the wall back there. I said, "Gramps, how do you do that?" He looked at me. He went over and he got this old blue book. out of the cupboard and hands it to me. And I said, Gramps, I haven't had enough schooling yet to know how to read. He opened it up, showed me where the page was to tie knots, and I bet it's still in there. And he started teaching me to read, sounding out the words. My first primer, the first book I ever read was a Blue Jackets manual. So this means a very, very great deal to me. Thank you, Sea Cadets. Thank you, Mr. Fields.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
I just wanted to say, that being said, I want to thank all my staff that's actually putting this on. She was a staff cadet, and without our staff being able to help with this is what makes this happen, is this staff. And all my staff is not here, but I just wanted to thank all my staff. I know you had to take time to do it.
Thank you. Thank you. No, we're going to edit this. We'll send the emails out to your family. We'll send them here. And you can go to YouTube, the Veterans Impact channel, or Veterans Impact show, and we'll be glad to share anything with you. Subscribe.